Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Lakers executives are gearing up to bolster their roster in the upcoming free agency. And one player who is of interest, due to his defensive prowess and physicality, is Dillon Brooks. The player is considered explosive and provocative, but Dillon Brooks would be an excellent sixth man for the Lakers, or even a starter to help defend opposing forwards. Rumors: Lakers are interested in signing Dillon Brooks. The Los Angeles Lakers are favored to beat the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round of the playoffs. However, things could get tougher for the franchise after that, potentially inspiring it to upgrade its roster in free agency. Los Angeles could be interested in acquiring LeBron James' ex-rival, who averaged 14.0 points per game in the regular season. Dillon Brooks was far from James' best friend when he competed alongside Ja Morant with the Memphis Grizzlies. From delivering low blows about James to the media to flagrant fouling the four-time NBA champion forward during a 2023 playoff series, Brooks made it clear his beef with James was real. Surprisingly, Brooks has toned down his antics with the Rockets this year and avoided getting on James' bad side. Brooks, a hard-nosed on-ball defender enjoying a career year from deep, has helped Houston begin the postseason as the number 2 seed in the Western Conference. The Oregon product averaged 14.0 points per contest on 42.9% field goal shooting and 39.7% three-point shooting in 75 regular season contests. Still, there's no guarantee the 29-year-old pro will be a part of the franchise next year. The Houston Rockets certainly have had a season to remember, Sir Charles in Charge's Michael Sines wrote last Sunday. They're going to enter the NBA playoffs as the number 2 seed in the West and will be in a position to make some noise. But no matter how the season ends for the Rockets, this is a team that should be excited about their future. One player who may or may not be considered a key part of their future is Dillon Brooks. Even though he's had a pretty strong season this year, there's a chance the Rockets could look to trade him with his value at a high. Even more so considering he has 2 years, $40 million left on his contract, it could make sense for the Rockets to utilize that money elsewhere, especially if the whispers are accurate that Houston intends on shopping for a veteran star player this summer. With Brooks and James no longer feuding, the Lakers may consider bringing the impactful Rockets contributor to Los Angeles. Brooks' gritty nature and confident three-point shooting would help boost the Lake show on both ends. The Lakers have multiple assets that could appeal to the Rockets this summer, making an off-season deal for Brooks a legitimate possibility. Lakers starter has the most to prove in the playoffs after J.J. Redick endorsement. Lost in the shuffle of another dramatic Lakers regular season was the massive step forward Austin Reaves took. The Lakers added Luka Doncic at the trade deadline and went on an impressive run to clinch the number 3 seed in the Western Conference, but none of that would be possible without the emergence of Reaves. Despite being the third banana next to LeBron James and Luka Doncic, the 26-year-old combo guard increased his usage rate and offensive production, finishing the year with career highs across the board: 20.2 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 5.8 assists in 34.9 minutes per game. Speaking to Dan Woik of the Los Angeles Times, head coach J.J. Redick revealed how highly he thinks of Reaves. Woik identified a key moment in a regular season game against the Grizzlies when Redick gathered James, Doncic, and Reaves together, which cemented Reaves' place among the Lakers' big three. Just in terms of Austin being included, of course he's been included. Lakers head coach J.J. Redick. The real challenge for Reaves, however, begins now. Winning a ton of regular season games and earning home court advantage in the first round is nice, but the Lakers have to prove the theory of this team in the playoffs. And that starts on the defensive end. The Luka Doncic-Austin Reaves backcourt duo can be flammable defensively. For a team without an elite rim protector to clean up the mess in the backline, the defensive deficiencies of Reaves and Doncic on the perimeter can be a big issue. That is why Reaves still has the most to prove on this roster as the Lakers head to the playoffs. If the Lakers' defense struggles and LA loses early, there will be a lot of talk about how Doncic and Reaves together are unsustainable. Reaves has been hunted relentlessly on the defensive end by certain teams throughout his NBA tenure. The next step in his development will be getting to a passable level on that end of the floor. Whether he can do it will be a big factor in how far the Lakers can go in the postseason. Lakers starter on thin ice after Rob Pelinka contract extension. After pulling off the most impressive blockbuster trade of all time by bringing Luka Doncic to Los Angeles, Rob Pelinka's future with the Lakers was all but confirmed. It was only a matter of time before the Lakers signed him to a contract extension, and they did that on Friday, the day before the playoffs kicked off. Now, Pelinka and head coach J.J. Redick's futures are aligned as the Lakers enter a period of stability. With that, however, come high expectations. The pressure is on Pelinka to continue to build championship-level teams around Luka Doncic. With LeBron James on the wrong side of 40, that will be a difficult balancing act. How much of the future should the Lakers be willing to sacrifice to win now when your best player is only 26 years old? That is a question Pelinka, Redick, and the Lakers' top brass will try to answer day in and day out. Jackson Hayes' future with the Lakers uncertain after Rob Pelinka extension. Regardless of the answer to that question, one thing is obvious: the Lakers need to upgrade in the frontcourt if they want to be a serious title contender. The Lakers have been playing well above expectations since the trade deadline, considering that they only have one viable center on the roster, and that is Jackson Hayes. While Hayes has been better than expected as a starting center, the Lakers can't depend on him going forward. They need a better rim protector and defensive anchor who can cover for the shortcomings of the Lakers' porous perimeter defenders. Hayes can be a solid bench big, but he is underqualified as a starter. This makes the Lakers' offseason decision a fascinating one. Hayes is on an expiring contract, and he likely played himself to a multi-year deal above the minimum. Considering that the Lakers will almost certainly trade for a starting center, since they already tried that before Mark Williams' deal was rescinded, they will be hesitant to pay a backup center any significant salary. If Hayes likes his role and would want to stay in LA, the Lakers will surely have him back on a team-friendly deal. Considering how expensive this team will be after looming extensions to Doncic and Austin Reeves, the Lakers will understandably think twice before committing to Hayes. Lakers' postseason run could end early for simple reason. With the advent of five-time All-NBA superstar, 3-and-D forward Dorian Finney-Smith, and first-year head coach J.J. Redick, the 2024-25 Los Angeles Lakers finished their regular season with their second-best record of the LeBron James era, 50-32. Los Angeles enters the Western Conference playoffs as the number 3 seed and will host the number 6 seeded Minnesota Timberwolves on Saturday for the start of their first-round playoff matchup. This marks the first time James and Timberwolves All-Star shooting guard Anthony Edwards, teammates on the gold medal-winning 2024 U.S. Men's Olympic squad, will face off against each other in the postseason. 40-year-old James is the league's oldest active player for the second consecutive season, and he's shown few signs of slowing down. But, with a record-breaking 23rd season in his sights for 2025-26, it's unclear how much longer the four-time league MVP will want to keep going. After all, James is so old that he's teammates with his 20-year-old son, rookie guard Bronny James. Could James win a fifth NBA championship this year, now that he's playing second fiddle on offense, to Doncic, for the first time in his career? Lorenzo Reyes and Jeff Zilgett of USA Today note that the Lakers improved from a middling 20-17 record in mid-January, prior to their acquisition of Doncic, to finish out the season 30-15. Per that USA Today duo, LA's big issue could come back to bite it during these playoffs. The Lakers have flaws with limited versatility, Reyes and Zilgett write. Still, it's LeBron James and Doncic and a solid supporting cast. The Lakers improved defensively, and Doncic provides an offensive dimension that few players possess. How many more deep playoff runs does the 40-year-old James have? And is Doncic just the player to help him get there? Los Angeles's biggest issues are the defense of starters James, Doncic, and Austin Reeves, who are so valuable on the other end that they need to play extended minutes with each other, and their center rotation. Jackson Hayes has been the team's starter at center by default, thanks to the team's trade of 10-time All-Star big man Anthony Davis for Doncic and the health issues of Maxi Kleber. Hayes has proven to be a solid, springy post presence, although his offensive game is quite limited and he's merely a good, not great, rim protector. 6'8" starting small forward Rui Hachimura has supplanted Alex Len as Redick's preferred backup. Hachimura is a solid small ball option, but the 1-2 punch of Hayes and Hachimura could struggle against standout Timberwolves centers Rudy Gobert and Naz Reid. This limited versatility at center, especially against Minnesota, could prove fatal for L.A. Luka Doncic says he wants to remain in Los Angeles long-term. While so much about his situation has changed in recent months, Luka Doncic is enjoying life in LA and wants to remain with the Lakers for a long time. Loyalty is a quality that means a great deal to Luka Doncic. Unfortunately, it was not something that was reciprocated by his former team. To be clear, loyalty has always meant very little to NBA front offices and franchises, but it's never been as clear, and shocking, as when Luka was dealt from the Mavs to the Lakers. One team's loss is another team's gain, though. The loyalty that Luka had shown Dallas, which centered on his desire to end his career with the Mavs, appears to have shifted straight to Los Angeles. In his interview with Malika Andrews of ESPN, Luka was asked about his future and he expressed his desire to remain with the Lakers moving forward. Now, this isn't some matter of blind loyalty to whatever franchise has him. There are many reasons Luka would want to remain with the Lakers. For one, he has a great relationship with head coach J.J. Redick, dating back to their brief time together as teammates. That hasn't always been the case in Luka's career, as Rick Carlisle's exit from Dallas was at least partially attributed to him and the superstar not seeing eye to eye. He also gets to play with LeBron James, at least in the short term. That might not impact his long-term outlook with the team, but it's easy for him to say he wants to play in LA when he gets that opportunity in the present.